we're good. We're good to start the episode now. And we're back.
Oh yeah, you see me do that thing with the shield?
Shield surf?
Yeah, I can't say it.
You got confused ever since I said sand seal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. I told Sam this between episodes, but you can catch a sand seal and you can sand seal shield surf.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like those words. They don't go well. Yeah.
Yeah, he can't talk regular sentences. Imagine a tongue twister.
Exactly. Like Sally sells. Yeah, I can't even.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Yeah, exactly. Like I can't do it. I also like. Yeah, I recently. Oh. American Family
Sure.
Yeah,
Not sponsored.
Just gonna go on my shield, gonna shield surf through there.
And we're in. Do not take off any of your clothes.
Damn. This bitch, dummy thick.
Yep.
Alright. Alright, so it's like a hereditary thing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll go.
Why is Link asking what a divine beast is? He's already fought and won against 2 of them.
I didn't read any of that, but it
Yeah.
seemed to be useless.
It's just plot stuff that you already know.
Is this a female?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, how come they didn't have to cross-dress?
No, not all the Gerudos are dudes. There are Lady Gerudos. Or, I mean, Lady Gorons.
Alright.
There are only Lady Gerudos. I don't know if this is still the case, but Ganon used to be the only male Gerudo, and that was, like, his story. This is the chief.
Alright.
Yet another traveler.
There's actually
How
words.
did you get in here?
Like, voice acting.
Oh. Seems you have something rather interesting there.
A penis. So, it has to be asked.
Uh-huh.
Can you do, like, interracial, does that work?
I don't know.
Like, producing offspring?
Gerudo apparently find Hylian men to reproduce with, so apparently. I don't know if, like, you could fuck a Zora.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Goron could, like, go with anybody because they're made of literal rocks.
Yeah. That just means they're rock hard all the time.
That's true. It used to be canon that the Rito were actually, like, evolutionary descendants of the Zora, but I don't know if that's still canon.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, then they could probably fuck and make, like, fish bird people.
Ugh. I don't know about that.
Hey, some of the fish people were hot.
Flying fish, though, like...
I don't know really that any of the bird people were hot. Maybe there are some featheries out there who fucking cream their jeans for Rivali, but...
Is that a thing?
Huh.
Featheries? Is that
I have
the term?
no clue. I know there are furries and I know there are scalies. I've never heard people talk about featheries, but I assume that's a thing.
That's gotta be a thing.
We got feather sonas and everything.
Yeah. Oh, God.
She's figuring you out. She's like, oh, you have a penis, don't you?
I can smell a cock a mile away.
It comes with the powers of the Gerudo chief.
That's why it's like some sort of stink to them. That's why there's no males around, is because the Gerudo chief just can't handle sensory overload for that many cocks. Lost Woods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there is the Master Sword somewhere. You just gotta find it.
Okay.
Like she just said, it was hidden in the Lost Woods. You gotta find the woods. They're lost. You don't know where they're at.
Right.
Yeah, so TLDR for anybody who's, like, not reading this, they're like, oh, okay, so you're a dude, but, like, that's fine because we think you're probably strong enough to kill this divine beast that's probably gonna squash and electrify our town at some point. And also there's a Thunder Helm that she needs for you to get to Mr. Humpy Camel.
Alright.
Oh.
I just realized that this particular Divine Beast mission has a lot of going around and gathering information from people.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things where just, like...
Lots of fetch quests.
Yeah, I've done this so many times where, like, I just know where everything's at, but I'm like, oh yeah, to actually, like, find them, you gotta go talk to people and shit.
Huh?
Does she have a beard? Oh no, that's just like one of those things.
Just your mask, yeah.
COVID safe, I respect that.
Uh-huh. Except, their masks aren't, like, very tight on their face, you know?
Yeah. They're not even covering the nose.
Yeah. You know, it seems like it's gonna be over soon. Fucking sanctions are being lifted.
I know. It's only a matter of time. I just think it's funny to me. Like, I'm just gonna put it out there because to me, I think it's interesting that it's like, on one hand, people are like, don't let yourself be scared of the virus. Like, you don't have to wear a mask. Like, it's dumb. On the other hand, they're like, don't get the vaccine. The government's gonna microchip ya. It's like you can't hold a full house and a straight flush in the same fucking hand. Like you're either it's like the same people who are like this is fear mongering are again fear mongering.
Yes.
Like I don't know. It just seems hypocritical to me.
The internet's dumb.
Yeah. Please don't talk about political stuff in the comment section because I don't give a shit about your opinion. Fuck
Conspiracy theorists.
But
however.
oh my god, yes. No, actually, like, if you can tell me what, like, because I always hear the 5G thing. Like, if you can tell me actually what the hell is going on with that. Because, like,
especially
love
if you are a 5G conspiracy theorist, please, for the love of God, leave everything you know in the comments.
Like, literally, I will not go through the comments and be like, oh my god, did you see so-and-so put this? Like, I will reply to it, and I will say, that is interesting. Thank you for the information.
Yeah.
Because whether or not I believe it, I still think that shit's, like, I just love looking at things from a different viewpoint like that.
I feel like we've talked about this before, but I love UFOs.
Oh my god.
Anything UFO, I'm so into that shit. Like, all the videos and shit, I don't know necessarily that it's aliens, but I fucking fully believe that there's, like, some weird high-tech shit out there.
Yeah.
That, like...
I see, for me, it's like, since I'm kind of into the aerospace thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so, one of the coolest spy planes ever built was the SR-71 Blackbird. It could travel at, like, fucking Mach 4 or 5 or some shit. It had, so... you know how when things expand when they heat up?
Yeah.
The panels on the SR-71 were gapped slightly so that when it was going so fast through the air, the friction from the drag on the airframe would heat up the panels and push them together.
Oh, that's fucking
so
cool.
they were even more aerodynamic and it could go faster.
That's fucking badass.
Yeah, it was like to the extent that when it was on the ground, it would leak fuel because of the gap in the panels and stuff like that. So anyways, I don't really remember what she said, but I'm just gonna follow the quest markers. So anyways, yeah, but
wait,
like
check where the quest mark is at right now. Okay, it's in the right spot. Cool.
Oh, fucking God. All right. So anyways, like if we like designed that in 1965 and built it in like the early 70s, late 60s, like what the fuck do we have now? Right?
Oh,
because like
that's how old that.
That's how old it is.
Oh,
that's how old it is. And
wow.
like, Yeah, exactly. Like, I think like a lot of the things that we've seen recently that have been like UFO sightings, personally, I think are just things that like the U.S. government has on lock and like, you know, aren't talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But
there's this one I browse r/UFO every once in a while. I'm not subscribed to it or anything, but I just kind of look at recent top posts and all-time top posts and stuff from that. And there's this one that's a personal favorite. Like, this guy has a laser pointer, and there's this weird light in the sky, and it's like traveling really fast, and then he points the laser pointer at it, and it shifts direction really quick, and he starts chasing it around with the laser pointer.
Oh, I don't know about that. You know, I like
could be fake, but the believer in me likes to say that it's not.
No, like, I think that I've seen a UFO before.
Yeah?
And, like, I say this because, like, I just don't know what else it could be, and I don't know how to explain it. But there's this one time where I was in Lincoln City, and I was talking to some of my friends. We were sitting out in a parking lot, and, like, I just so happened to look up at the night sky at the right moment to see, like, this little, like, light that looked like a star or something in the air. And it just, like, was there, and then just, like, whoop, just, like, went super fucking fast and just, like, disappeared. And, like, just, like, a speed that I don't think that any airplane I've ever seen would ever be able to travel, you know what I mean?
You just unlocked, like, a deep memory for me. I must have been like 7 or 8 years old, and I saw something similar on 4th of July.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, nah, it's just a firework probably from somewhere. But, like, there was no boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it was just this one weird light that whoop and disappeared. And I don't think it was like a shooting star or anything.
Yeah, and for me, like, it went behind a cloud and then just, like, didn't reappear on the other side of the cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it didn't keep traveling through the sky. It just, like, went off into the distance, like, space or something. I don't know. Yeah. But, yeah, it just, like, freaked me out.
It's cold, by the way, because it's nighttime, so you gotta switch to your cold clothes rather than your hot clothes.
Now, that is actually extremely frustrating for me.
You're fine now, though. You only needed one. Making sure to keep that crop top on, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, fucking... They're not necessarily aliens, but there are some UFO shit out there.
Oh, there's this one thing, like... So there's... It's like the... It's not like the Aegean Sea, but there's some, like, sea in the other part of the world, and it's like the blank sea anomaly or whatever it is. And it's like literally, like, they've done sonars of it and they can't figure out what the fuck it is, but they know it's not a boat because it's like too big to be a boat. But it's like this huge thing that everyone thinks is like a fucking spaceship. And it's just vibing in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, and it's just like sitting on the ocean floor. And every time, like every single time they've tried to go like explore it or something, they've had like it'll like mess up their sonar or like something like that. You know what I mean?
Like some weird Bermuda Triangle shit.
Yeah, exactly like that. So I don't know.
A theory I personally really like, not to explain every UFO sighting, but to explain some UFO sightings, is obviously this probably isn't true, but like that there might be 4-dimensional objects moving through our 3-dimensional space.
I like that a lot. That's a hot take.
Because like, okay, so for anybody who can't quite visualize that, the best way to describe it is like, if you lived on a piece of paper, you would be living in a 2D space. Now, imagine, like, I dropped a ball and it fell through that paper, rather than, like, the paper stopping it or anything. It just fell through. It would look really weird to you because your perspective is only at the part that's touching the paper at that moment. So it would look like maybe an object that like rapidly grows and then shrinks or moves in a weird way.
Area of it.
And like, so basically, if we as 3D people saw something, saw a 4D object move through our 3-dimensional space, it would look similar to that. It would do things that shouldn't be possible if it were a three-dimensional object.
I need something with reach. Halo reach.
So, yeah, I hope you came to this goofy video game show to learn about four-dimensional space, because that's what you got.
10th dimensional string theory, that's where it's about for me.
I don't know a lot about, like, other, like, anything past three-dimensional space.
So, there's, like, this video I could show you about it that it explains it really well, but kind of the same thing, where it's like, so you have the first three dimensions, which we know and can explain very well. Mm-hmm. And then, like, the fourth dimension starts taking time into account. So, like, the fourth dimension is where it's like you can see a three-dimensional object, but you can understand how it moves through time.
Okay, yeah.
A fifth-dimensional object would be able to, like, move through time fourth-dimensional object can move through time and space. And then a fifth-dimensional object would be able to move through, like, different timelines.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Have I ever shown you 5D chess with time travel stuff?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it's this really cool Steam game, actually. It's on Steam. It was like $10 when I bought it. And basically it's chess, but it's in 5 dimensions, so you can move pieces back in time, but it creates a new branching timeline. And the way you win is to just check one king.
Yeah.
And so basically you can, like, check a king across timelines, because the way it works is, like, let's say you have a rook. The rook moves back one instance, because rooks can move straight, or it can move across timelines. Basically going backwards and forwards in time is the same as going to the left or right on a chessboard, and moving between timelines is going up and down.
Huh.
So, like, basically, if you get a rook on the same spot as a king that's in the past, that's pretty much checkmate, because the rook can move to the past, but it stays on that same space, because that's moving to the past is the left movement, not actually the moving left part.
See, mad respect for the guy who designed and, like, thought through this fucking game. Like, damn, that's fucking cool to me.
It's so complicated. Friend Noah and I tried to play it a couple times, and it always ended in us being like, wait, what the fuck? One of us just got checkmate? How? And then we'd spend 20 minutes figuring out how we actually won the game.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So yeah, really complicated, really cool game, though.
Making some serious big brain plays for that.
Yeah, no, I did not expect us to talk about, like, time travel and dimensions and shit in an episode, but here we are. Hopefully people like learning things.
Going down in history is easily the most interesting tall and short episode ever.
Yeah, everybody's like, why don't you just talk about math instead of playing video games?
Yeah, exactly. Now that's why I'm really excited for my my upcoming term, because I'm not taking a lot of classes, but I am starting. What? Oh, I thought you said Sam, not Sam.
Oh, no, yeah.
Like Sam. I was like, no, but what just happened?
Oh, your cold resistance ended, but you still have your cold resistant clothes, so you're fine.
Alright, cool. But yeah, so I'm starting my my units on, like, particle physics for my nuclear engineering minor, and I'm, like, so excited to see how it goes, like, because I love physics. Like, physics, like, if I could make any money being a physicist, that's what I'd do, because it takes all my favorite things, which is just math, and, like, you get to do math all the time. But you, like, for me, like, being a math major would be cool, but it seems too conceptual.
Yeah.
Where, like, theoretical physics is kind of the same, and that's I guess, like, that's kind of what I like about engineering in general, is that you get to take math and you get to take physics and then you actually get to do something with them. It's not like Johnny has 12 bottles of dish soap. Why the hell you got so much dish soap, Johnny? Mind your own goddamn business. Like, it's like it's like you actually, there's a reason behind it and a use for it. And are these frogs and are they gonna end my shit?
They're you're fine. They're just statues. But yeah, that's.
But you've said things like that in the past.
But anyway, yeah, that's why I like math, being a math major, because I prefer everything to be theoretical rather than actually having to work with physical stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I've noticed about like my degree is a lot of my, and it makes a lot of sense. Like a lot of our professors, like they don't care if you get the perfect correct answer. They care if you understand whether or not your answer makes any physical sense.
Yes.
Like, if you can look at your answer and be like, that's wrong, and now I know why, then you'll get pretty much full credit for it. Because that's a lot of the real world, is like, it's no one's going to be able to tell you whether the math behind your bridge is perfect and makes good sense. You know what I mean?
You're only going to find out once it's got 37,000 cars on it, and can it hold all these tons and tons and tons of weight?
Exactly.
We'll find out.
Exactly, and if you're doing, like, you have to be able to look at the math for your project and be like, oh, wait, that makes no fucking sense. I should not be getting that answer. And, like, that skill is invaluable as an engineer.
Yeah.
Even though you'd think it would be basic, like, maybe this shouldn't be able to hold, like, 20,000 billion tons. Like, that doesn't sound right. Or maybe this should be able to hold more than 25 pounds. You know what I mean? Like, just being, but it is, sometimes it's more complex than that. It's getting your units to match up, you know?
Well, hopefully everybody liked math, because that's what this episode was. Tune in next time, and we're gonna maybe talk about butts or farts, or why we exist. Who knows?
Oh,
it could
actually,
be literally anything.
I've got something for that. So we might.
So find out the meaning of life in the next
episode.